Hello, Wildcats. It seems ironic, but the problem that the Wildcats still have after a few games is their defense. Will Pope be able to fix this? Before the news, subscribe to the channel to receive more news from the blue and white team. The Kentucky Wildcat season has had its moments of brilliance, but the recent losing streak has exposed a recurring problem that Mark Pope needs to solve: defense. The team, which started the year with promising performances, now finds itself at a crossroads in the SEC, especially after falling to Arkansas and, more recently, to Ole Miss by 98-84. The script for the game against Ole Miss followed a pattern that has been known this season. A problematic first half put Kentucky in a difficult situation. The Rebels not only opened a 23-point lead before halftime, but they also demonstrated ease in scoring against the Wildcats' defense. In the second half, there was a comeback, but not enough to avoid another defeat. Pope's biggest concern at this point is not just the final numbers, but the way these results have been happening. Just like against Arkansas, Kentucky's defense was unable to contest the opponent's shots effectively. Ole Miss took advantage of this and converted an impressive 54% of its shots from the field, in addition to 43% of its three-point shots. For a team that aims to be competitive in the SEC, allowing this type of use is a problem that needs to be fixed urgently. Another factor that weighed against the Wildcats was the difficulty in forcing mistakes from the opponent. While Kentucky committed only 8 turnovers, a positive number, forcing only 1 turnover in the entire game is practically unthinkable for a team that wants to establish itself as a defensive powerhouse. The opponent had complete freedom to move the ball and find good shooting opportunities, and the result was a dominant offensive performance by the Rebels. On offense, Otega-Owa was the standout performer of the night with 24 points, while Jackson Robinson contributed 18. But the name of the game was Ole Miss' Amari Williams, who recorded a triple-double with 12 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists, dictating the pace of the game and taking advantage of Kentucky's defensive lapses. Now, the big question hanging over the team is, will Pope be able to fix these issues in time to avoid a downfall in the final stretch of the season? Recent history shows that the team has had solid performances even without Lamont Butler, which indicates that there is enough talent to turn the tide. The coach's mission will be to adjust the defense and ensure that the Wildcats do not fall victim to disastrous first halves again. The good news for fans is that Pope has already shown that he can get more out of this group. The ups and downs are part of a building process, and there is time to adjust before the SEC tournament. But each game lost makes that path harder. If the coach can bolster the team's defensive identity and reduce these blackouts, Kentucky could still rewrite its history this season. I want to hear your thoughts now. Comment.